Well, you're going to segue. Scorpion kick, football. You see how I did that with segue. Hello, guys. Welcome back to Real Red Talk. This is your weekly news show hosted by myself. Obviously, joining me today, as you can see from the little laughing children in the corners, we've got Aaron, Shreyas, and Adam. How are you doing, lads?
Not bad, how are you?
Hey, he's beat you to it there, Shreyas. He's beat you to it. I'm fantastic.
Try that.
Bit of PTSD with Scorpions, but I'm doing absolutely fine. How are you, Shreyas?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. How are you doing, Bugs Lightyear?
Bugs. Oh, I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. I don't know why I did a bit of Gary Neville there. But, Therese. Have I already asked you how you are, Adam? I don't know what day it is at the minute.
Yeah, I don't either, but I'm doing stupendous.
Yeah, stupendous. I like it. Right. Before I jump into all the kind of stuff. In fact, no, we'll discuss some Champions League games today because I'm curious to know if any of you are going to be watching Liverpool versus Ajax, Bayern Munich versus Barcelona. Watching any of the games? Obviously, I think they kick off in about, what is it, half an hour, something like that?
Yeah.
Will you be watching any football tonight?
I think I might watch the Bayern and Barca game. Lewandowski against his old team. Be a bit interesting.
Lewandowski returns.
And people don't know this, but if Barcelona scored 3 goals, there was something on Twitter about a presenter saying that she do a certain thing. I think people know what I'm referring to. So
I have to admit, I have no idea what you're referring to, but I am definitely going to check it out as soon as I finish it. Sounds sounds very promising, and hopefully Liverpool get dicked again by Ajax. So yeah, hopefully
we'll have double. If they do. They've been pulled apart this summer.
Trent and Gomez just like that, fucking on the 18-yard box, not a clue what's going on, looking like playing Tiggy Scarecrow. Now, in relation to Manchester United, we've got a lot of stuff to dive into. A big story coming out of Germany tonight about last night I think it was, about Jude Bellingham. United potentially being the front runners in that race. We've got a selection of injury updates on Anthony Martial, Donny van der Beek, Marcus Rashford, and Luke Shaw. We're also going to discuss their short-term future and how they would fit into Eric Ten Hag's plans. And I've got something planned for the end of the show, which the lads know absolutely nothing about. So make sure you stick with us for that. If you are new to the channel and you like the content, please click that subscribe button and like the video. We're on the road. I can't fucking speak today. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So when we hit that, I am going to do something mental. So let's get towards that journey together. I'm going to start off with the Jude Bellingham news, lads. Big story obviously breaking from a journalist. Fuck me, my words today is just like, it's just not happening. It's not happening at all. My brain's like, I know you want to say that word, mate, but it's not going to come. Florian Plettenberg, also known as Plettigol on Twitter. This is the guy who's come out with this story. Very credible over the summer transfer window. Got a lot of things right. So he's got good links in Germany, so there's definitely a bit of credibility to it. And he's come out and said, I'm totally convinced he will leave Dortmund in 2023. Maybe to Liverpool, maybe to Manchester United. I think these are the two teams who can have very good chances to get him. First off, I just want to start off with like a round of opinions on Bellingham. Your thoughts on him just as a player on the pitch. Whoever wants to go first, Adam, Aaron, or Shreyas, completely up to you.
I'll go first. It's clear and obvious that kid has talent. We were in for him from the early days, but we let Dortmund have him. I think they got him for what was it, 30-odd million or something around that line. Yeah. And like, how much are they quoting now? It's going to be big money again.
Well, that was going to be my next question as well, but you can certainly dive into that if you want.
Mm-hmm. He's an all-round player. I wish I saw more of him play for England, though I haven't really seen him play for England that much, but I think he's ready to take that step. He's someone I would love to see in the team. I think maybe they've dusted their hands off Frankie de Jong, so they're kind of going back to a deal that perhaps they have kind of, put their name in the mix for in the past as well with him. So I'd welcome him, but if it takes a big chunk out of our budget for next year, I wouldn't, because I think we could go for other options. But like, the kid's going to be a world beater. We all know that, as long as he doesn't have the attitude of Paul Pogba, because I think he's kind of similar in a sense to how he plays. So let's fingers crossed.
I feel like he's a generational talent. I think he's that good. I watched him against City last season in Champions League. Even Pep was like in awe of him, saying this kid's like 18, man, and he's running games for Dortmund. It's absolutely mad. But if you was to look at his price tag, how much do you think it'd cost, Aaron? Like say we go into the future now. It's obviously a hypothetical situation, and in the summer transfer window, you've got 4, 5, 6 teams in Europe after him because he's that good. How much do you think that the transfer fee would be?
I think 100 million plus easy. But for me, I'd pay it. I'd pay it. He's 19. You can play defensively, you can play attacking. I think he can actually play out on the left as well. He has played a few times for Dortmund, so he's very very smart with his play, like with his feet. I don't think he really plays many like long passes. I think he's just short connecting the play. But yeah, I think especially versatile midfielder, that's what we need. So yeah, I'd take him 100%. And you're spending 100 million, but what a 19-year-old you can get him at maybe 10 years. He says for one club, you could get 10 years out of him. So I'd definitely take him 100%.
And imagine his resale value as well when he's in his prime, or if you're going to sell him near that point, like how good he is now. Even his size and his physical stature. You just look at the guy and you're like, how the fuck is he 19? I remember watching him for Birmingham when we was linked with him with United, because obviously we rolled the red carpet out for him, where we got Fergie there. We had all the big guns there, and he was like, no, I'm still going to go Dortmund, sorry. And we're like, okay. But I remember watching him for Birmingham and was like, he looks like he's 28. He looks like he's in his prime already. He was just running it. And at the age of 16, 17, it's unheard of that. In regards to his ceiling, Shreyas, how far do you think he can go, Jude Bellingham? Do you think he could be one of the very best?
I think he could be. Considering how he started off his career, he definitely could be. He's showing the signs for it as well. I think it would definitely go down to actually what path he actually chooses for his career after Dortmund as well. Whether he would like to go to somewhere like a Man City. You never know if someone like a Madrid or Barcelona try to swoop in for him as well, because he carries that, right now he's one of the best prospects you can actually go out for in the transfer window if someone like Jude Bellingham becomes available. And I remember I put it out as before as well, that Jude Bellingham is going to be available next window. He is going to want to make the move outside of Dortmund. He's proven himself at Dortmund. He has caught the eye of, I would say, any big team out there. He definitely has, and he could be a very, very useful asset for any team. Plus, I think with United, he could work really, really well. We've been linked with, unfortunately, we couldn't get him earlier on. But yes, once again, if he does become available, if he does want to come, I would really, really take him. No doubt about it. I think he could give us some well-needed depth and some well-needed quality as well in that midfield position, which we have lacked as well. And yeah, I think it is just, I think after a point, it will just come down to who Ten Hag actually chooses. Because next window, you will once again see the likes of Frenkie de Jong being linked with us as well. So if a situation comes about where we could get Frenkie de Jong for about 60 to 65 million, and we are going to get Jude Bellingham for about 90 to 95 million, something about those figures. So I think it would just come down to Ten Hag, who he actually wants more.
I don't know if I can deal with another summer saga with Frenkie de Jong, honestly. Just as a question to you all, really. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. How much of a realistic possibility is it signing someone like Jude Bellingham? Let's say we do get Champions League football, maybe we win a trophy along the way. We've invested a lot into the squad over the summer, about 220 million. I know, let's say a percentage scale, how much of a possibility is it that we get Jude Bellingham?
35%.
Can I just read 135? Oh, I think you could be looking at, if we get Champions League, we know we have the money to do it. We will spend the money if they want to, and it's just about who's negotiating. We should have had the Frenkie de Jong deal done and dusted, but I think there was a lot of hurdles that got thrown up with his wage that he was owed. We didn't know that for the first month and a half, that they owed him. None of us knew that, and then it came out. But there was a few comments here. From Vincent Bullock, he said, "I know his father really wants him to join Manchester United, but it will be our downfall again, and he'll go to Liverpool. I hate saying this, but he hopes he's wrong." Farouk was saying, "Where does Jude Bellingham fit? Bellingham, Bruno, Eriksen, Casemiro, McTominay, Fred, Van de Beek. That's depth," which is true. But I'd see him kind of sit maybe next to Casemiro and have one Eriksen or Bruno ahead.
I think you
Yeah,
could
I-
see someone going off as well. I think out of all the players you mentioned right now, we could actually be seeing some outgoings from our midfield as well, because we up until now in a team like Ajax, he hasn't really hesitated in selling players off in the window if he actually doesn't get the best out of them or they don't fit into a system. And I think right now Fred is the biggest player who falls into that category, who might be sold in the upcoming windows, because right now he's not able to fare up under the Ten Hag system.
And it depends
Like
what kind of style of player you want to go for as well, innit? Like Bellingham reminds me a little bit, you guys might disagree with that, reminds me a little bit of a Yaya Toure, very powerful, can be box to box, good at dribbling. It reminds me of that kind of ilk. So it depends if Ten Hag wants that kind of player. What do you then do with Christian Eriksen, who's playing that at the minute and playing really well? Let's be honest, he's been our best player in my personal opinion. So yeah, it'd be interesting how that dynamic works. But maybe he'd push Eriksen forward, and then I don't know, maybe use Bruno like a Tadic or some shit. Who knows? Yeah, Aaron just.
Honestly, though, I think he'll go Liverpool. To be honest, they need a midfielder. They've got an aging midfield. I think that's why they're struggling now. Obviously, not going too much, but I think the defense is kind of getting a bit exposed because the midfield's old and they're not pressing as much. You know what I mean? I think they're crying out for midfielder, and I think he'll go there. I think that's obviously where he'll end up.
Yeah, but don't worry, they've got Arthur on loan, so they're gonna do bits like
Yeah.
such a panic buy. And you're completely right about Liverpool's midfield. They got like Milner in there, like 35. Harvey Elliott, who's like a young kid. Like it's just it's mental, because I actually think their midfield last season was really good. Fabinho, Thiago, and Henderson were like the glue between both the attack and the defense. But yeah, they're collapsing, and you love to see it, don't they? So
they should have paid the money for Gini. They should have kept Gini.
For who? Gini Wijnaldum. Yeah, I'm a big fan of him, you know.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of him, and he had a great Euros as well.
When he was available this summer, I would have took him. I was thinking we should have gone in for him.
I was looking at it, but then I was looking at his time at PSG as well. I didn't exactly pull up trees at PSG, did when he went over there?
He wasn't able to break it in there.
Yeah, he had a few injuries, so I
we
was
can
like,
do it in the Prem though.
Yeah, he was good for Liverpool. I didn't understand why they let him go, to be honest, but it was a contractual situation, and apart from Salah, they like to keep it below 200k. But this isn't Anfield agenda. This is United. This is real Red Stock. I want to move it on to the injury updates, and not specifically Thursday night, because we're going to have a preview tomorrow, so I don't want to kind of get too much into it. But in regards to the players that are going to be available again for this game, there's a couple, and the Man City game. Anthony Martial, Donny van de Beek, Luke Shaw are back from injury. Just on them players specifically, because they haven't really had a lot of game time under Ten Hag yet. Where do you see their short-term future for the next month or so? How do you think Ten Hag's going to use them? Do you think they're going to be first-team regulars? Do you think... Let's just start off with Luke Shaw, for example. Do you think, if he can get back into the form he was before the Euros and during the Euros, does he take Malacia's spot, or would you keep Malacia there?
I think keep the young, hungry lad.
Yeah, keep Malacia.
Yeah, keep him in.
But even if Shaw's performing like he was, Shaw Berto.
I think when for Shaw to actually come back to that level, first and foremost, Malacia has to be dropped. And right now, Malacia isn't actually doing anything which would actually, make Ten Hag drop him. He's actually playing every single game, and I don't think there's been a game where he's been, playing really, really bad. There have been games where we have seen him getting, I would say, a bit pressured, but he has been able to turn it around in the second half and get better and better. And he looks like, he's growing more after every single game, similar to Dalot as well. So I think it's going to be very difficult for Luke Shaw to break into the squad. I think for him, the best bet to actually get game time at United would be because of the volume of games we'll have, because it is certain that we'll be playing 3 to 4 games a week, considering how things are shaping up.
I would put an incentive in his contract, a free Deliveroo voucher, 20% off for every fucking clean sheet he keeps.
Win a Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, lads, Aaron and Adam, give us your thoughts on Luke Shaw's situation. Do you see him getting back into the squad at all, or do you think it's just straight road now for Malacia for the rest of the season?
Well, I think Shreyas pointed it out. Malacia actually has to have a bit of a drop off before Luke Shaw can get even a run of games, even a one game in. I thought he'd start there the last night against Sociedad. He didn't. Was he even on the bench? Was he or?
He had a foot injury, I think.
Yeah.
Foot injury. Okay, so there might have been. Maybe he would have started. So it could have been a last minute change. We don't know that, but we might see him on Thursday night. Gotta wait and see that. I'd like to see him personally. I think I know we need the points in the group as well, and especially against this lot because they won their first game. They did as well. So I think it put at least three teams, other than two teams, on 3 points. So we'd be in a bit of a more comfortable position. But looking at Luke Shaw, he has that in him to actually be the best. I think he was up there with the most creative players in Europe that one year. He was having a really, really good season. I think him and Messi that were up there in chance creation. So, like, he has the talent in him. Maybe Mourinho decided to switch off, his brain, as he said that time. It was his body, Mourinho's brain, but I can't see him getting back in, especially in the Premier League. I think Malacia is adapted like a duck to water to it, and I want to see him start. Someone who's young, hungry, and he doesn't he's not flashy. He's not flashing his money, which I really, really like. I know it's unrelated to like football talent and that.
No, but it goes into the profile of scouting, doesn't it? You have to profile the players.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And he just seems like a lad who wants to play football. That's it. He doesn't. He's not flashing here and there and all that. And I like that. I think it's very refreshing.
Absolutely. What about yourself, Aaron? Do you agree with the statement Shreyas and Adam have just said?
Yeah, definitely. I think with Malacia, I don't want to put too much on him too soon, but I think we could have found our new Evra. In terms of
a lot of comparisons.
And he's going to hold that spot down for a while. For me personally, I don't want to see Luke Shaw. I'd see him sparingly this season. I'd rather Brandon Williams get a chance over him now.
Wow.
Honestly, them guys, man, that have been here too long, they need moving on, I think.
So is he in the same camp as we're going to talk about Martial in a minute, but I remember your comments on Martial. Obviously, we put a clip up of it. But is he in the same camp as Martial for you? Been here too long, only putting in the odd good season, needs to be moved on.
There's a couple of guys in that camp now.
Aaron's not happy. He's not happy. Just sticking with yourself, Aaron. Moving on to the next player. Donny van der Beek, what is the crack with him? What is going to happen with Donny van der Beek? Will Ten Hag get the best out of him, or do you think he'll just kind of be a surplus to requirements like a cup player?
On just play him, man. That's all I think. Give him a chance. If he can't get a chance under Ten Hag,
sorry to think it. I'll let you carry on a second. How are we still here discussing Van der Beek? Is he going to get an opportunity? It's been like 3 fucking different managers, isn't it? Crazy.
And this is his manager. This is the one that got the best out of him. I don't know. I want to see him play. I want to see him get a chance because if he can recapture any of that form that he did at Ajax, then we've got a proper player on our hands. But it's just where does the opportunity come? Because you think he's going to get game time and he gets 7 minutes at the end of every match.
It's true. I think that's his longest actual period in a match, to be fair, 7 minutes. Usually comes on about fucking 2 minutes, doesn't it? If he gets on for 7 minutes, it's fucking buzzing.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a secret clause in there, like what Atletico Madrid are doing with Griezmann. They're only the 63rd minute, aren't they, or something like that, like dodgy bastards.
It's because then he plays 49.9% of the games, like in time wise.
Crazy,
so they have it all. Because I think they have to pay 60 million otherwise.
Yeah, La Liga's full of fucking corrupt teams, honestly. Donny van der Beek, Adam, what's happening with him? What do you think? Do you think he's suited to the Premier League? Do you think?
I don't think he is really. We've only seen him pop up once or twice with a goal. I can't particularly remember him making a decent pass, even a line cutting pass. And I know Ten Hag has his preferred choice in Bruno and Eriksen ahead of him. So I think it's going to be hard to get ahead of one of them. And let's be honest, he's not going to be starting in the defensive mid role. McTominay is probably in his best form in the United shirt, like we've seen in probably ever, as long as I can remember. And I've been one of his biggest critics, but I'll put my hands up and say he's keeping Casemiro out of the team. And
Which
that's
again
actually
is
not. Yeah.
I can't believe them words are being said, but it's true. It's legit
Yeah.
true.
It is.
It is,
And
man.
I
It's fun space jam, I'm telling you.
And I'm happy the manager's doing that though. He's rewarding players who are actually playing well, and he's not afraid to drop them as well. We saw that after the Brentford game. But on Donny van de Beek, it's just weird. I don't know what it is. I honestly thought he'd have some form of a chance under him. I even thought last night, but I think there was rumors was it an injury? People were saying he got a knock.
Yeah, he
before
had an
got
injury, but he's back from it now, I think. Or he's back training at least, anyway.
Yeah. So I want to see now. I just want to see if he.
Yeah, it's good point. Donnet, why are you putting your bib on, mate? Just fucking sit back down. You're not getting on this pitch. You know you're not allowed to play. Stay over there with Phil Jones.
Splinters removed, Nick.
Yeah, just.
But
God,
it'll be interesting now to see if he gets some minutes on Thursday. If he doesn't, I think that could be the end of him, really.
And if
I think it is the end.
Yeah, Shreyas, if you're not going to play him, surely, look, he's definitely half his value because he hasn't played, let's be honest. He's probably accumulated about 200 minutes at his time with Manchester United. He's obviously probably splitting value, but someone in Europe would take him for 20 million, 100%, Donny van de Beek, I think, anyway. Why, if you're not going to use him, why not sell him?
Because we can't really work on multiple deals. It took us 4 weeks to sell someone like Andreas Pereira, who stuck with us for about 4 to 5 years. Went on loan deals to I don't even know what kind of clubs at this point. I lost track after Lazio. This season, we couldn't even offload someone like Alex Telles. He went to Sevilla on loan as well. And then we another player guy, and that was a loan deal as well. With the worst obligation to buy I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, and now after that we're stuck with Phil Jones, who's still got 4 years or I don't know, maybe 100 years left on his contract with a wage bump, and you've got Harry.
Fucking players, mate. Fucking hell.
I'm at the point now where I think Phil Jones will be buried at Carrington. His tombstone is going to be there, honestly.
Oh.
And
I actually feel sorry for some of these players.
And to sum all of it up, we had to see Fred playing as a number 10 against Real Sociedad. So having the time of my life.
Surely, if Donny was fit, he wouldn't have played Fred as a 10.
Yeah.
Surely, he wouldn't have played Fred as a 10 because that was just an absolute myth. That was like the Lindelof at right back under Ragnick, where he just like, what is going on?
The difference was Lindelof was at least average. Lindelof at least didn't do anything wrong. Fred couldn't string together at least one pass. Every single attack broke down.
Oh. Anyway, yeah, Lindelof at right back, dreadful. That decision. I can't remember. It's what?
The guy's weak as shit, man.
He's got no physicality about him at all. As soon as Benteke or someone's in a team, they just like target that bastard there at the back because he's just going to get ruined. Going to get absolutely ruined. I hope he does get some game time. I want to see a full cameo, like a 90 minutes where he starts as a 10 or starts. What are you laughing at? I keep looking at you.
Laughing at how some shit our players are.
Oh, fucking hell.
That comment's killed me. There's a comment there that says stats Donny van de Beek spent more time warming up. That's just killed me.
It's
oh,
the truth.
poor Donny,
warm up a half an hour before kickoff, and he's probably done more of them than actual spells on the pitch, which it honestly says a lot.
Once again, it could be a tactic as well, Nick.
Well, yeah. Wasn't there a thing last season where he was actually started doing the drills? He was rolling out the balls for the players, like the shooting drills and shit.
I saw that.
We have the disrespect The absolute disrespect for Donny. Honestly, it's awful. It's actually awful. It look like we've done to his career. We've fucking ruined it. We've
I
absolutely
think
ruined it.
and the funniest part
Guy's
about all
basically
this
a
is,
kit man at this point.
yeah, and the funniest part about all this is, it would have been, it would have been justified if someone actually better than Donny was playing. He was seeing Fred and McTominay play
Yeah.
for the entire season ahead of them.
I'd be so fucking frustrated with that, honestly.
I'm sure someone's done edits of like, Adam Sandler's water boy. Donny's face. Just handing out the water.
Oh. Can you imagine if Donny sat here watching this now? He'd have his Kleenex out. Sorry, Donny. I hope he gets a chance, and if he doesn't, we just sell the guy, man, because it's at this point, you ruin the guy's fucking career. I want to move on to Anthony Martial. Adam, I'll start with you on this. Will he be our main number 9 if he stays fully fit? Will Rashford be dropped because of that? Because obviously he's playing as our number 9 at the minute. And then will it be a case of Martial, Antony, and Sancho as a starting front three, do you think?
I think you've hit the nail on the head there. I think Rashford and Sancho are going to be rotational players. Just he's starting them up front right now because he has no other option really. I know that's saying a lot when you have Cristiano Ronaldo on the bench, but he just hasn't really fit into our style of play really. And I think once Toto comes back, I think he will be our starting striker. And I can see the rotation of Sancho. He likes to take Sancho off. That's one thing I noticed from the 60-minute to the 70-minute mark, and it's happened quite a bit. It has, so it leads me to believe like if we had Rashford coming off the bench, then at tired legs, he could expose that space a lot more. So I think there is a bit of thinking there. I think that's how he will go along the lines of it. It's just keeping Anthony Martial fit. That's it, and it seems to be an issue now in the last season and a half.
Just on Sancho at the minute, I don't know what you lads think about this, but I feel like the way Ten Hag's trying to play at the minute, the pressing, the quick counter attacking, because obviously he can't play the style that he did at Ajax. He's not been in here that long yet. He tried it the first 10 minutes, worked against Arsenal, and then they had the majority of possession, and we were just kind of trying to hit him on transition and play quick through balls and stuff. I think as soon as he does start playing that 70% possession, tiki-taka, keeping hold of the ball a lot, Sancho, it'll absolutely suit him because he needs the pieces of the puzzle being moved around him in order for him to work. Yeah. I don't think he can play at his best at the minute, and Shreyas, I'll bring you in on this as well. I don't think he can play his best at the minute in this system, the way he's setting up. Eventually, if you put, for example, Jadon Sancho now in City's team, or Jadon Sancho, I think even in like Barcelona's team, he would look really good. I just don't think it's a case of system at the minute. Jadon Sancho is very much a system player. And I think if you flip that and put it on Rashford's a system player. He's one of them who counter-attack in behind, can finish. When he's got, 2 banks of 4 in front of him and he's got to create something, he's not the best.
Yeah. I think, once again, with Sancho, we've seen whenever in the games we've had more possession, we've seen the best of Jadon Sancho. He's one of those players who likes to be on the ball more. I think another fact that Sancho hasn't been able to perform that well is we haven't really been able to get him on the ball that much. Even in the games that we won, Jadon Sancho never really, got the ball that much. I think the likes of Rashford work much better. The only reason being, once again, whenever spaces are there, whenever he's able to get in behind, he is very, very deadly. I think Sancho does lack that pace, that Rashford, the Rashford pace. And I think even while pressing, the way because of Rashford's pace, once again, he can track back really, really well, which he's starting to do now. He wasn't doing it last season. So he looks a much better player right now, considering how we are playing at the moment. But yes, I think the moment we are able to switch up, I think the moment our midfield becomes more stable going forward into this season, maybe Jadon Sancho is able to grow more into the team. But I think it is still good that we have players like Rashford, because they do bring a different profile on the pitch other than Jadon Sancho. Like we mentioned before as well, in games against like Palace, teams like Southampton and Leicester, we need players like Jadon Sancho who are able to create more. In teams who tend to play a high line, leave space in behind, we can use players like Marcus Rashford who can hit them on the break.
Yeah, and sticking with Marcus Rashford, actually, Aaron, I'll go to you on this one. Suffered a fresh injury blow, apparently. I've just seen this in the past couple of hours. Absent from training. Is that a big blow to the attack, considering the form that he's in at the minute?
Well, you'd probably have to say so, yeah, because he's scoring goals. But like I said in the last show, there was going to be a way that Ronaldo will work his way in. Is this going to be the way?
Yeah.
If
Well,
he plays on
would you be
Thursday,
happy with that as a fan? Would you rather right now, if you was to say Rashford or Ronaldo starts, who would you start?
Ronaldo,
Why?
guaranteed goals. Rashford's a 1 in 3, 1 in 4. Like, when he's 1-on-1, I'm never actually like real confident that he's going to score. Ronaldo, I think you're like guaranteed goals, aren't you? So I'd definitely say Ronaldo, but I don't know. It's I thought last season, we was guaranteed, Ronaldo striker, but now it's like who's your number 9? I don't know. I think maybe if Ronaldo has a good game on Thursday, he might then. Obviously, we have the international break because we don't play again, but he might force his way into maybe playing against City.
That's a very interesting one. But I think against City, you're going to see a similar thing like you did against Arsenal, where we will get them quick transitions. You need Rashford in behind for his pace and his directness. And I don't think. The more I watch Ronaldo now, especially under Ten Hag, I don't know if you agree with this, Adam. The more I'm like, Ronaldo needs a team built around him, and that isn't what Ten Hag's trying to do. He's trying to set up a complete different way.
Yeah.
I can't see him. Obviously, no one presses for the full 90 minutes. I don't mean the actual full 90 minutes, but I mean putting in that intensity pretty much for the full match. I can't see Ronaldo doing that. I've seen it time when he's come on as a sub, he's pointing, saying, you do the press there, you do the press there. And I know he's trying to organise and lead, but I've seen it times where he's just walking and he's just like, his body language stinks. Like, what do you see happening there, Adam? Talk to me about Rashford and Ronaldo.
Well, it's as you said about Ten Hag, he wants to build a team player for player, while Ronaldo typically has had a team built around him, just suiting one player. This suit a whole team rather than one individual, and that's why I don't think it's necessarily working right now. Seems like the disharmony, I think you could say the word right. Last season, I know he got a lot of goals, but like the team just didn't click. It didn't. Like he might have excelled. That's the word I'm looking for. He excelled last season. Yeah, he excels last season. But the team didn't. The team looked worse because if you compare them to the year before, they were playing a lot better. And can I see him kind of coming back into the team? Maybe with the injury, he has to. He has no other option. Like, who else is he going to play? Is he going to push Bruno in a false 9? Like, what can we do? And then maybe Donny.
He wasn't great against Sociedad, though, was he? No, Ronaldo, I didn't think. He obviously got his goal that was offside, but apart from that, I didn't think he had an amazing cameo considering it's Cristiano Ronaldo in the Europa League. Like you'd expect. Even Aaron was so confident he was talking hat tricks and all his business in the preview, because that's what you expect from him, rightfully so.
I think it was just the mood of the game. It just felt like a testimonial. We said it was a very, very weird game. I've never experienced a game like that. And it was almost like usually I nearly get sick. Like I have a sick feeling when we concede. It's like, oh, here we go. But we conceded, and the way we conceded, maybe it was.
Let's be honest, that handball.
It made no sense at all.
Fucking hell, that handball was absolutely dreadful. And if that don't go in, maybe Ronaldo does get a winner at the end or something. But it's very strange times at the minute. You've got McTominay keeping Casemiro out of the team. You've got Rashford keeping Ronaldo out of the team. Look, I could look like an idiot me sat here, and then in a month's time, you got Casemiro and Ronaldo both starting, and Ronaldo's bagging again, and Casemiro's stinging. But I'm just saying, just on form, at the minute, I would rather play Rashford the way Ten Hag's trying to play, just in my personal opinion. But this is what football's about.
I think we're in the metaverse. We're in the metaverse at this point. We're in a different universe. Like McTominay's keeping Casemiro out of the team. Like, what is going on?
But legit, by putting in performances, like he has looked really good the past couple of games. It'd be interesting to see who we'd line up against Sheriff on Thursday, because obviously the game isn't going ahead against Leeds. So and then you got 20 days until the City. Yeah, you got 20 games till the City game, so you need that game time in there. Yeah. Will he go for a similar team that played against Arsenal? Tune in 6:30 tomorrow for the preview. You'll find out. Like the last part of the show, this is what I wanted to do. It's interesting. Let's have a look. Right. So, I thought for fun, we could put a minute on the clock. I'm going to give you a criteria to go off, and you have to give me as many answers as you can. And whoever gives me the most answers in terms of numbers will win. So, for example, one of the criteria could be left footers in the Premier League, and you have to give me as many as you can within a minute. Yeah, understand?
Okay.
You with me?
Okay, so it's we go around. So it's like, say, Aaron first.
I'm going to do I'm going to do a minute with whoever, and then a minute with all three of you, basically. Who wants to go first? Who's going to have the bollocks and step up and go first?
I'll go first, as long as it's not left footers.
The Irishman with the balls, the Keno of the squad. Right, so because Bayern Munich are playing tonight, I want you to name as many German players, past or present, as you can in 1 minute. You ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Mario Götze, Manuel Neuer, Jens Lehmann, Bastian Schweinsteiger, Kimmich, Sane, Beckenbauer, Thomas Muller, I'm pressure here. What's his name? Matas.
Matthäus, you on about?
Yeah, that fella.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
10. Who do I have?
40 seconds on the clock, Adam.
I'm going to go with. I don't know. Understall. Ter Stegen.
That's 10. Yeah.
Oh my God.
5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Finished. 11. You got 11 in a minute. Okay, you have to kick yourself about that, aren't you? There's going to be loads that flood through your head now where you're just like, shit.
Yeah.
Can I Miroslav Klose? Yeah, Mario Gomez. Yeah. Ozil. That's why I like doing it, because it puts you under pressure. But you had the balls to go first, in fairness to you. The other two were like, ooh, I don't know. Right. Let's have a look. Next. Who wants to go next? Shreyas is stepping up. Okay, let me reset the stop clock. Okay, I want you to name strikers from the Premier League, past or present. Go.
Wayne Rooney, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Alan Shearer, Jamie Vardy, Aguero, Thierry Henry, Erling Haaland, Ivan Toney, Diego Costa, Fernando Torres, Didier Drogba, and Romelu Lukaku, Cristiano Ronaldo.
He's stalled. 15 seconds left.
Romelu Lukaku.
5 seconds left, Shreyas. 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. 14. You got 14. You started off really well, and then you got to like the 12 mark, and then it was like boom, dusted. Went. So 3 more than Adam, I think. What'd you say?
Ruud van Nistelrooy, did he say?
Could have had Nistelrooy. Yeah, you know what? That's what I would have done. I would have gone through United all in my head, and then Chelsea all through that. I think that's how I would have gone about it.
I thought he was doing it with Arsenal there at one point.
Aaron's had a little bit of an advantage in that sense. Are you ready, Aaron?
Yeah, what's the category?
I want as many Italian midfielders as you can name. 1, 2, 3, go.
Barella, Gattuso, Pirlo. Fucking hell. Italian midfielder. My head's gone.
It's 25 seconds on the clock. You've got 3.
Fucking hell. I can't think of any.
Come on. You got
Insigne. Mate, my head's gone. I can't think of one.
You got 15 seconds left. You
Sure,
got
you may as well
4.
You may as well just wipe the seconds off.
One plays for Chelsea.
Jorginho.
One doesn't play for
5
Chelsea.
4, 3, 2.
Yeah, I'm letting them seconds go
Oh,
down.
Aaron in with a Donny van der Beek cameo there. He's got 5 in a minute. Adam had 11 and Shreyas with 14. So Shreyas is the winner on that one. It is very on the spot though, isn't it? Like you feel under pressure.
Yeah.
When you're under pressure, all like logic and everything just goes
I
completely
was
out.
trying
your
to think
fucking
of the World Cup winning team, and all I could think of were two.
Pirlo.
head. Yeah.
I had Marquisio in my head. That was one. that
Marquisio.
popped
Yeah, it was
up.
another
Yeah, I
one.
had
Yeah.
Pirlo and Tonali in my head.
Tonali. Yeah,
Mhm.
is another one
That-
as well.
De Rossi
Yeah,
as
but
well,
if-
man. Now I'm starting to think of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You'll start thinking of it. You'll be like, oh shit, yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, very interesting. Shreyas
That's
is the
almost
winner on
done,
that.
damn it.
Yeah. That's what they'll start flooding
Yeah.
to you now. As soon as we go off this live, you'll be
Mm.
like, oh fucking hell, what's
Yeah.
the name? Did you say Neuer? Adam.
I said
in yours.
Neuer. Yeah, Neuer, Lehmann.
Ruud Voller, Gerd, Muller.
See, if
I
I would
would've
have
gone
had
that
any of
way,
them two, I'd have smashed it.
Well, this is what I mean. I just tried doing 3 different categories in it. So
Yeah.
next time when we do it, I'll switch it up again and then I'll give some to Finger.
Mhm.
Italian midfielders, to be fair, is a hard one, but that's why I did it, first to bottom because you was the last
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
These two had already been. It's a little bit more of a difficult kind of category, but yeah,
Mhm.
nevertheless, it was fun.
You know what?
Um,
You know what's a good one too? Do you ever see what they do, I think, on Sky Sports where it's like you call them a liar if they can't name X amount? That could
No,
be
that-
another game
I've not
to do in the
seen it.
future. Have you not? It's like, oh, how many Manchester bands can you name? And then
Oh, right,
say
okay.
Jamie Carrick will say 5, and then Neville will say say 7,
Oasis or
and then
something.
Jamie,
Oh, right, okay.
yeah, no, Jamie says you're a liar, you can't name them. And if Neville doesn't then name 7 bands, Jamie gets the points. But if Neville does say it, he gets the points.
Okay, we'll look into that. That's what we'll do next time
Yeah.
then, when all of us are on the
Mhm.
full gang.
I like this
That is
one,
it.
though, because the
Go
time
on.
is pressure.
Yeah, that's what
Time
I'm
is
saying.
great pressure.
Good content, always at Real Red Talk. That concludes the show, lads, for today. Thank you to everyone who has tuned in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and smash a like on the video. Tomorrow, we have the Sheriff preview at 6:30, so make sure you tune in for that. Remember, we've only got one game this week, so there's only going to be one preview, and that'll be tomorrow. And then, obviously, the live match will be on Thursday at 8 o'clock, I think. Follow us on social media to keep up to date with everything surrounding Manchester United. All the handles are at the bottom of the screen there. You should be able to see them. So make sure you follow us on there. And thank you to the lads for joining me and participating in that intense game. Hopefully next time when we do it, we're going to switch it up a bit. And either Aaron or Adam can claim the crown. Let's see what happens with that. We will all see you in the next one, guys. Thank you very much. Peace.
Peace and love.